Timothée Chalamet has finally opened up about one of the most personal and intriguing questions fans have been asking for years. Where does he stand on having kids one day? And in true Timothée fashion, his answer wasn't just another quick celebrity soundbite, it was layered, thoughtful, and revealing in ways that have the entire internet buzzing. In a world where most Hollywood stars dodge questions about family plans, Timothée decided to offer something rare, genuine vulnerability. He admitted that having kids is something that could be on the radar. Those simple words have sparked an entire wave of discussion among fans, journalists, and even other celebrities. Because for someone as famously private as Timothée Chalamet, even the smallest peek into his personal desires feels monumental. Over the years, Timothée has built an image that perfectly blends mystery, youth, and raw talent. From Call Me By Your Name to Dune, from Beautiful Boy to Wonka, he's mastered the art of staying enigmatic while still being deeply relatable. But recently, his life has taken a new turn. He's not just a rising star anymore. He's one of Hollywood's biggest names, a global phenomenon, and yes, the boyfriend of one of the most recognizable women in the world, Kylie Jenner. Now, this relationship isn't just your typical celebrity pairing. It's a meeting of two massive pop culture worlds, high fashion and Hollywood art. Kylie, already a mother of two, has lived much of her life in the public eye, growing up in front of cameras, navigating fame, motherhood, and business empires, all before 30. So naturally, when fans heard that Timothée, the famously private actor, was dating her, the question of whether he's ready for fatherhood started swirling. And now with his recent comments, we finally have a glimpse into how he feels about that future. Timothée admitted that he's been thinking about what it means to have kids and to build a family. He reflected on how his views have evolved, especially as he watches people around him step into those roles. His sister, Pauline Chalamet, recently became a mother, and that seems to have affected him deeply. He said that seeing close family and friends embrace parenthood made him think about his own path and what truly matters in life beyond fame and film. What really caught everyone's attention, though, was when he said that he once watched an interview where someone bragged about not having kids, about having more time and freedom, and instead of agreeing, he found it bleak. That word struck a chord. It revealed a part of Timothée that many people hadn't seen before, someone who doesn't equate success with solitude or fame with endless independence. For him, the idea of family, of nurturing something beyond oneself, seems to carry deep meaning. It's not surprising that he feels this way, considering how grounded his upbringing was. Despite his fame, Timothée grew up in a close-knit family in New York City. His parents and sister have always been his foundation, his constant source of perspective. In past interviews, he's often credited them for keeping him humble in a world that constantly glorifies ego and excess. So when he talks about wanting to one day experience fatherhood, it's not coming from a place of pressure. It's coming from genuine curiosity and maturity. And of course, there's Kylie. The two have been linked since early 2023, and while they've kept things largely private, there's no denying that their relationship has been evolving steadily. Kylie, already a mother of two, has found herself in a new chapter, balancing motherhood, entrepreneurship, and love. For Timothée, being part of a relationship that includes children must have changed his outlook. Reports have said that he's wonderful with her kids, playful, patient, and surprisingly natural in a family setting. If that's true, it adds even more depth to his recent comments. He's not just thinking abstractly about kids, he's seeing firsthand what it's like to be around them, to share time with a partner who's already a parent. It's an experience that can shift anyone's perspective, especially for someone as introspective as Timothée. What makes this revelation even more fascinating is how it contrasts with his earlier image. When he first emerged into fame, Timothée represented youthful freedom, the indie heartthrob who was all about art, passion, and self-discovery. But now, he's evolving in front of our eyes. He's not just the young actor with the soulful eyes, he's a man thinking about legacy, purpose, and balance. And balance is a word that keeps coming up. Timothée mentioned being inspired by people who manage both incredible careers and strong family lives. He specifically spoke about how he's worked with directors and artists who are not just creative geniuses, but also deeply present parents. Watching that balance firsthand gave him hope that he could one day achieve something similar. That's an important statement because in Hollywood, many feel like they have to choose between the two, success or family. But Timothee believes it's possible to have both, and that revelation feels like a turning point in how he views his own future. Of course, the internet reacted instantly. Fans flooded social media with their thoughts, some joking about how Timothée Chalamet dad era would break the internet, while others admired his maturity. One fan tweeted, "Timothee talking about wanting kids someday is the most emotionally grounded thing I've heard all year." Another wrote, "He's growing up, and I love that he's still keeping it authentic." But not everyone saw it through rose-colored glasses. Some questioned whether this was just a publicity-friendly comment, especially since his latest movie is releasing soon. But those who followed his career closely know that Timothee doesn't do fake. He's not the type to give canned answers for attention. If anything, he's known for being awkwardly honest, which makes this entire moment feel real, not rehearsed. And then there's Kylie. Fans couldn't help but read between the lines. Was he hinting at something more serious between them? Could the idea of having kids on the radar mean he's thinking about expanding his family with her someday? It's hard to say, but the timing of his comments has everyone speculating, especially since sources close to Kylie have said she's in a happy, stable place and sees a future with Timothee that's more than just a fling. The fact that he's even comfortable discussing kids publicly shows how much he's matured in recent years. Timothee has always been protective of his privacy, often steering interviews away from personal questions. But here, he opened up. Not about Kylie directly, but about life, values, and growth. It's subtle, but significant. As for his career, Timothee's trajectory is only getting stronger. He's working with top directors, his performances are consistently praised, and he's become a style icon around the world. Yet behind all that, there's clearly a man searching for deeper fulfillment. For someone who has achieved so much at a young age, it's understandable that he's now looking towards something more lasting, something beyond red carpets and scripts. In the end, what makes Timothee's reflections so powerful is its universality. He's voicing what many people in their late 20s and early 30s start to feel, that quiet shift from chasing dreams to thinking about what comes after them. It's not about slowing down, it's about expanding, about realizing that maybe, just maybe, true success isn't only about awards or fame, it's also about love, connection, and family. So where does Timothée Chalamet stand on having kids one day? He's not ready now, but the door is open. It's on his radar, it's in his heart, and it's becoming part of his long-term vision. And given the man he's becoming, thoughtful, grounded, and emotionally intelligent, it's not hard to imagine that when the time comes, he'll embrace fatherhood with the same passion he brings to every role he plays. Until then, fans will keep watching as his journey unfolds, on screen and off, because Timothée Chalamet isn't just growing as an actor, he's growing as a person, and we're all getting a front row seat to that evolution. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.